Good evening and welcome to the July 11th, 2016 Village Board meeting. If you have any questions, you can call in at 769-1677. Our next scheduled meeting is for Monday, July 25th, 2016 at 8 p.m. with a work session at 7 p.m. Just want to start with a brief congratulations to everybody that worked so hard on the 12th Annual Pleasantville Music Festival. And it was a great success. Oh gosh, I'm getting a phone call. It was a great success. And actually, Joe, why don't you talk about it a little since you were one of our great volunteers there.
It was just so well put together. I don't even know where to start. The siting and locations of the stages, the beer garden, the food vendors in the back were set up so nicely. There were kids, huge attendance. I don't know, 5,000 maybe people.
Yeah, I would say throughout the day.
And the weather cooperated. The bands were great. I mean, just everything. And there was not an issue. If you needed something, it was there.
Right.
All you had to do was ask, and it was there. Everybody seemed to be having a good time. Nobody went away unhappy.
Right.
I think even the musicians had a good time. It was just great.
And we had some great volunteers, including members of
huge.
our board, our village administrator, our DPW, our police officers, our entire staff was unbelievable.
And the town volunteers, right? I mean, this comes together because hundreds of people literally come and figure out ways to help out.
Right.
For a little town of our size to put a festival like that together is pretty amazing, I think.
Very amazing.
Really is.
Wonderful.
Very proud.
Really cool.
Rightly
So
so.
congratulations and thank you to everybody that volunteered, and we hope you came out and had a great time, and we're getting ready for 13.
Yeah.
Lucky 13.
Right.
Anybody else have any announcements?
Yep, I have a quick one. So just a reminder that the Great Pleasantville Duck Race is on July 24th. I believe this will be our 5th or 6th year doing that. And as usual, you can adopt a duck or a family of ducks that you're allowed to dress up and make any way you want. We have all sorts of prizes ranging from the first place duck to the second place duck to the last duck to the best dressed duck and the sunken duck and the backwards duck and all sorts of good stuff. Happens on July 24th up at the Pleasantville Pool. You can rent a duck or adopt a duck rather, at the rec department and bring it with you the day of the race, or leave it with us and we'll race it for you. But it's a great day. Everybody has a ton of fun.
We have so much fun.
A lot of kids.
Even if you don't get a duck, just come and watch.
Yeah, it's really
It's
pretty
that
cool.
much fun.
So it's another one of those things that I think we do really well in town that just helps solidify that small town village
Right.
feel.
That's exactly right. Anybody else have anything?
I just want to say, on Saturday, I spoke to Bessie Stellata. She's the for those who may not know, she's the assistant executive director of the Pleasantville Farmers Market, and I spoke to her today, and she said that even though we had the music festival, which was probably the best attended, highest volume music festival we've ever had, the farmers market was highly attended as well. They held their own against another event going on just down the road. This village was just humming on Saturday. It really was. I mean, and so for anybody who thinks they live in a boring place, you don't. We live in exciting times.
Not a sleepy little town.
Exciting place and exciting times. We really do. So
We're on the cutting edge.
I just thought, and of course the farmers market's there every Saturday in the summertime. And come on out and buy your vegetables.
That's right. Thank you, Joe.
Not just the summer, fall, spring,
Fall,
all the
spring,
time.
even in the
they go
winter
indoors.
it's
12 months, that's right.
Actually, just while you mentioned the farmers market, I wanted to just make a quick shout out to the Pleasantville Community Garden last weekend. I don't know what they did on this past Saturday, but a Saturday ago they collected and brought over almost 1,000 pounds of fresh produce to the hillside food shelf, the pantry. And that was a dual effort of both us and the farmers market, because they do a 2-for-1 thing where folks that are representing the garden go around the farmers market and patrons can buy one of whatever they're buying and they buy another one and that gets donated to the pantry. And so that's just a fantastic thing to do. You talk about helping people in a direct, tangible way.
Yeah,
You put food on their table.
If anybody's interested in volunteering, that's a great cause. It's not just a little garden at the church. They do a whole lot more. And I think last year, the number that I heard was 17,000 pounds of fresh produce delivered to the food pantry.
Yeah, and that's so important because they can get the canned food and that's great, but it's the really hard thing to do is get fresh produce to folks that really need it, because it's hard. The stuff they can get from supermarkets often spoils quickly and stuff like this. So the collaboration that the garden has with the farmers market, I think, is really doing well. And as Joe said, we need as many volunteers as we can get for that. So come on down.
Okay. Thanks, guys. So we're going to go to the resolution. Steve, 119.
Okay, resolved that pre-check register dated July 11th, 2016 for fiscal year 2015 to 16, covering check numbers 83808 and 83825 has been reviewed, and they are hereby approved as listed below. From the general fund, the special purpose fund, the water fund, the capital fund, the refuse fund, the pool fund, and the trust and agency fund, a total of $33,312.76. I've been practicing reading my numbers.
Great, good job.
And then further resolved that the pre-check register dated July 11th, 2016 for fiscal year 2016-17, so the year we're in now, covering check numbers 2847 to 2903 and 83826 to 83919 and 83804 to 83807 has been reviewed, and they are hereby approved as listed below. Again, from the general fund, the water fund, the capital fund, the refuse fund, the pool fund, and the trust and agency fund, a total of $540,918.46.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Colleen, 120.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village clerk to notice a public hearing for Monday, July 25th, 2016 at 8 p.m. prevailing time to hear comments as it pertains to a local law amending Chapter 173 Vehicles and Traffic, Section 173-75, Schedule 27 Parking Meter Zones. Chapter 173 Vehicles says, we're going to delete Bedford Road parking lot, both 2 hours, Bedford Road parking lot west, 15 minutes. Those are located in the Bedford Road parking lot. Up to 5 designated spaces, and then Chapter 173 Vehicles and Traffic, Section 173-75, Schedule 27 Parking Meter Zones. We're adding Bedford Road parking lot both 3 hours and Bedford Road parking lot west 20 minutes, and that's the Bedford Road parking lot designated spaces where posted.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Second. And Patty, you want to just review
Sure,
this a little bit?
Yeah, this lot is right across the street. It's
With the bagel store.
known as the Bagel Store
Yeah.
lot.
Yes.
Yes,
Or
it
Joe,
is.
the old Joe the Cleaner's parking
Right.
lot. It notoriously was for 2-hour limits, but we found that people really need that extra hour, and we think that we should be consistent with our muni meter lots. So this is to increase the time limit to 3 hours in
Great.
that lot. We're also increasing the spaces that were 15 minutes to 20 minutes to conform with the 20 minutes per quarter, which
right.
is the rate of, in effect, at the parking meters. So that's all we're doing. I think it's going to be a welcome relief to some of the
Right.
businesses that really would require, a little longer parking relief for some of the
Right.
things that go on, particularly the little restaurants and the salons.
And
Okay,
hopefully
great.
for customers.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, not employees.
That's what I meant, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the bus-
Yeah,
some
good.
customers.
some businesses,
Not for the employees.
Some businesses need to allow their customers
Right.
to stay
Yes.
more than 2 hours. So it helps the businesses because it helps the customers.
Right, that's exactly right.
Correct.
So, anybody have any comments?
I just
questions?
want to say, so far, I think this was spurred by the Muni meter. I think the Muni meter is working
Me too.
really,
Really
well. I
well,
like it. I
yeah.
like to be able to pay with a credit
Credit
card.
card.
So anybody who's doesn't know about it yet, if you come into the village and you want to stay for any period of time more than an hour, park in a lot. Use a credit card. It's so easy. It's efficient, and you don't have to worry about having quarters, and it's great.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 121, Joe.
Resolved that based upon the recommendation of the village assessor, the Board of Trustees hereby approves the following small claims settlements. 7 Banks Hill Road, original assessment $78,950, reducing that assessment to $70,800, which is a $745.96 reduction in the tax reduction is $745.96. And 234 Lake Street, original assessment $71,450, reduced assessment $62,175. The reduction in tax per year, current year, is $848.93.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, sorry, did anybody have any questions?
No,
Okay.
it seems pretty good.
Okay. And so we have two 122s. So the one that was handed out a little late, I'm going to make 123. And Steve, can you do 122, please?
Sure. Resolved that the Board of Trustees has reviewed the minutes of the meeting held on Monday, June 27th, 2016, and they are hereby approved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions or revisions? None? I have to recuse because I wasn't here. So all in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so 123, you have that, Colleen?
Yep.
Okay.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville has reviewed the following fiscal year ending 2016 budget amendment and authorizes the village treasurer to amend the budget accordingly.
Do I have a second?
Second.
So Colleen wanted to give a little more detail, but
As in as reflected
stated in the record.
As
That's
reflected
good.
in the record.
Okay, so I had a second on Steve.
Yep.
Anybody have any comments or questions?
This is a year end for fiscal year ending
Okay.
2016. It's adjustments that basically balance the budget. It's about $16,170 in interfund transfers, and they're pretty self-explanatory.
Yes. Okay, so anybody comments, questions? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And does anybody have anything, new business? No? Thank you
Just
very
again,
much.
thank you to everybody
Okay,
for
yes.
all their efforts
Yeah,
for the
really.
Pleasantville.
Yes,
Music
thank
festival.
And to
you.
you,
Fest.
Patty, too.
No, it was my
Being the
pleasure.
commander.
Home run.
Yeah, Commander in Chief.
Commander.
Okay, everybody have a great couple weeks. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.